Hello everybody, Mike Spray Jones. We're going to go over an interesting topic here, which is do-it-yourself foam kits. Are they legal to be using them in residential and commercial construction? It's a very fascinating topic. When you are dealing with, particularly, I'm going to choose residential construction because everybody has a home. Not everybody's going to be working on a commercial building, but a lot of people are going to be building their own home or working on a home for someone. When you're dealing with a house or residence, there should be a building code in your area that you're going to be adhering to. And the first and foremost thing that you have to understand is that every product going into that structure needs to meet the building code. So when you look at the DIY kit, you have to see what certifications it carries and consult on your area to see whether or not it will even meet regulation. So in certain situations, no, it will not if you use it in the building. In other situations, it can be, and you're going to have to do some research. But let's just look at this from a standpoint of what the rules state here in Canada, because there's a lot of interesting information that you can get, and this will be helpful wherever you are. In Canada, any product going into a structure under the building code needs to meet CCMC regulations, which means Canadian Construction Materials Centre. In short, they certify the product, and they make sure that the product is referenced to an industry standard that's measurable. And when I took a DIY kit, and I'm not going to name any names because there's lots of kits out there and I don't want to get in any trouble, but when I took a particular do-it-yourself foam kit, they listed a CCMC certification number. So that means it should be fine, right? No, not so fast. We have to look what the number means. What is the reference standard that it is certified to? And I looked it up, and it is for bead applied urethane based sealant foam for air barriers. And the product is descriptive towards filling of cavities, penetrations, and cracks, and its intended use is for roof and wall junctions, wall and attic penetrations, electrical, mechanical, plumbing penetrations, other gaps, cracks, crevices in the building envelope. That is a very different description from what the National Building Code lists for insulation. So when you go to your National Building Code and you go to Part 9.25, where all the different types of insulations are listed, it finally gets to foam, and it lists a thermal insulation, spray applied, rigid polyurethane foam being medium density, and a material specification. That material specification is a CAN ULC S705.2 standard for thermal insulation, spray applied, rigid polyurethane foam, medium density, with installer's responsibilities and specifications. That is not DIY foam. So in a Canadian residence, if you are going to be putting foam insulation in, you are going to have to meet the CAN ULC standard referenced in the building code for 1, the material, and 2, the installation. And DIY will not have either of them because it is referencing bead applied urethane based sealants for air barriers. In short, it is for use in gaps and cracks. If we take a look at what the National Building Code is referencing, they are looking to have spray applied rigid polyurethane foam medium density intended for use as a thermal insulation for non-building or building applications, whether applied on a building site or in a prefabrication manufacturing process. This material is also known as foam in situ insulation. You are not going to get that designation out of a DIY kit, and therefore in a residence that's falling under the National Building Code, if you're putting foam insulation in, you're going to be held to the CAN ULC standard for the material and for the installation, which includes a mandatory third-party warranty program to verify the goods. You won't get that in DIY. So although DIY kits are sold in the stores, you can pick them up at any of the big box stores, and they carry a certification number. You have to be careful because it's not for taking it and applying it in the wall of your fireplace or your cantilever or doing your joist stands or even doing, I heard one guy tell me he wanted to do all of his basement walls. He was buying 10 of these kits. The issue is that if you want to do that much volume of foam, you're going to have to get a professional product and a professional installation, because that's what's referenced in the building code. And the do-it-yourself foam kits are only for sealing up wall junctions, penetrations, other gaps, other cracks, other crevices in the building, something much, much bigger than what can foam would do. So no, DIY kits are not for spraying all of your walls or all of your roof or all of these areas. You get a professional to come in, and that's the way that you have it done. You can buy the kits and do selective areas and seal things up that would take you forever with can foam, or you can use the DIY kits for something that's non-building code related, and those situations are endless. Probably in another video I'm going to do exactly what is the difference between the two foams in a DIY kit versus what is the professional installation that we're doing. But for right now, you can understand that this product needs to meet standard, otherwise you're going to be forced to remove it. And it has to be readily identifiable by sight, and you have to have a licensed installer to put it in. And you're just not going to get that with the do-it-yourself kits. So I hope this video is helpful to get you started on your way. And if you like it, then subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned, because I'm going to have more interesting information coming up soon.